and welcome to this week's edition of IE News. I'm Kaneka Shwadani.
And I'm Chris Johnson.
We have all of your latest information and entertainment on this week's edition of IE News.
That's right, Kana. We have a movie review, an album review, and a top 10 that you won't want to miss.
And don't forget our exclusive interview with a member of a club here on campus.
All that and more coming up right after this. The Long Beach City College Department of Music, Radio, and Television and ASB present Jingle All the Way, featuring the Long Beach City College Wind Ensemble and the Evening Wind Symphony, conducted by Brian Hamilton and Dr. Gary Thomas Scott on Sunday, December 4th at 2 p.m. in the LAC Auditorium. General admission is $10 and children, seniors, and staff are $5. Students with a valid ID are free. There will also be an opportunity drawing where the winner will be able to conduct the band at the next upcoming concert. The RTV department will be covering this event live in the Long Beach area. It will be on Charter Cable, Channel 15, Time Warner Cable on Channel 29, and Verizon Fios on Channel 45.
The Viking Volunteer Program and EOPS are hosting a toy drive to help low-income families. We are looking for toy or gift donations for children between the age of newborn to 14 years old. Donations can be dropped off at the Student Life Office in E116 before December 5th.
From November 22nd through the 30th, LBCC will be hosting a spelling bee. There will be cash prizes ranging from $200 to $400 for the top 3 winners. This event is open to any currently enrolled Long Beach City College student. Students must register by November 22nd. For all inquiries, please contact 562-938-4552.
Don't miss the Office Max vendor show at PCC on November 29th. All are invited to check out their new items, get free samples, and a chance to win raffle prizes.
All this and more coming up right after this break.
Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin, he will wait until.
Welcome back. Let's go to IE News reporter Jessica Lopez, who will give us more information on the recent sexual assaults here on campus. Let's take a look.
The Long Beach Police Department held a safety awareness meeting in order to promote safety and awareness in the Long Beach Community District.
What we did, we had Sergeant Dennison from the Long Beach Police Department come out and talk to the students about what was going on with the sexual assault that occurred on campus. She presented a PowerPoint presentation where she described how we want people to dial 911 immediately, get the police to respond, take care of yourself, get yourself to a safe place, and then let us start the investigative process.
Some of the things to take note are when you're going out to your car, especially at night, have your keys in your hand already. Make sure that you look in your car when you get to your car before you get into it. A lot of things are basic safety. Don't walk in dim hallways, unlit areas, stay away from bushes, doorways, anywhere where somebody can grab you and pull you in. You want to avoid those areas. When you're walking, walk confidently, look people in their eye. Some of the other things we discussed were, if you find yourself in the middle of an assault, what can you do? There's two methodologies. One is comply and one is fight. You have to go with your gut instinct. Your goal in the attack is to survive the attack.
Just check your surroundings before you enter restrooms and before you enter the class buildings. And walking in groups, making sure your cell phone's visibly available, and also, just be aware of who's around you and what's around you.
With the recent attacks here at Long Beach City College, it's always best to be informed and know what to do in the event of an attack. For more information on safety and awareness, feel free to contact the campus police. I'm Jessica Lopez with IE News.
Thanks so much, Jessica. My coworker Chris Johnson had a chance to sit down with a member of a club here on campus. Let's take a look.
I'm here with Gerald Thomas. He's a student of the carpentry department at the PCC campus. Gerald, let's start with a simple question. How did you first get involved in carpentry?
Well, I've always been involved in carpentry, liking it because of my uncle has a business,
Okay.
a carpentry business, and I've always wanted to learn how to read a tape measure.
Okay.
So that got me involved. My uncle got me involved in watching him do his trade.
Okay.
So that got me involved in wanting to do carpentry.
And then from there, you started at PCC campus, and you started in the carpentry class there.
Yes, over at the PCC 211, Carpentry
Okay.
211. I signed up for it, and I want to continue my carpentry skills after class 211.
Okay. Now, how has that helped you, and how has carpentry helped you in general?
Well, carpentry's helped me, for one, with my math.
Okay.
You need to know your math and while you're doing carpentry, while you're in the business. I like it. I like carpentry. As far as helping me, it's helped me get along face to face with people
Okay.
because I enjoy the skill. I enjoy the skill of carpentry,
Now,
building
could that-
something.
Now, could that help, like this carpentry class, that could help somebody get a job doing carpentry, or can it help in a, like in, maybe if somebody wanted to get a job doing construction, could this class help do it?
Yes, it could. You
Yeah.
can get into it by wanting it first. First of all, you have to want it. Carpentry it's a skill. I mean, just to see something that you built just to see something that you have put together with your hands and sweat. It's good. It
it
looks
feels-
good and it feels good.
Yeah,
you know?
once you finally get it completed, and you're like, I did that.
Yes, sir.
I'm a man.
Yes, sir.
You know, you feel like a man, right?
Okay, we can.
That's how I feel
Okay.
whenever I build something. I look at it.
It's something that you have completed
Yeah.
is awesome.
I'm a man.
Yes, it is.
I built that.
Yes.
I built that. Okay, well, what are you guys working on now in the carpentry class? What projects?
Well, we're framing houses.
Okay.
The teacher has broken into groups, and we're framing. There's 3 groups, and we're framing houses. He's helping us put studs and use 16 penny-inch nails to put in certain woods, using 2x4s, learning what wood to use for
Yeah.
what part of the house.
Okay.
And
So, I mean, it's really educational and hands-on.
yes, it is.
So you're learning about all the different proper tools that you're supposed to learn, that you're supposed to use while doing a certain project, as well as actually getting out there and doing that project.
Yes.
And it seems like, that's why this club and this class are so, cool. It's such a cool class for somebody to
is.
join.
And I'm glad you said hands-on because we just finished a project at Alondra Park
Okay.
and Wilson Park,
Okay.
bringing Long Beach together, carpentry, bringing Long Beach together and helping out Long Beach as volunteers.
Okay.
So this is what we do. So
Yeah.
that's why I said I'm glad you said hands-on because we do leave on the weekends. We do the school during the week, and on the weekends, on our own time, we go out and we volunteer
Wow.
to rebuild Long Beach.
Wow. That sounds awesome.
Yes,
That's great.
and it's a beautiful thing.
Well, how do you feel this club will help you in the future, or how has it, helped you already?
Well, it's helped me, like I said before, with my people skills, for one.
Yeah.
Knowing that I can go out there and actually build something
Yeah.
and live in it, or
Yeah.
somebody else live in it, I'll be proud of myself.
So that I mean, this applies to this volunteer work you do. So it's helped you guys help other people.
Yes. Yes,
Basically,
it has.
I mean.
Yes, it has. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to go out there and actually, I mean, you learn this in your classroom, and you can take your classroom work out to the streets and work. It's
Okay.
awesome.
And really quickly, one last question. How can people get involved? Like, would they just have to sign up for this class and then?
Sign up for the class, 211 Carpentry 211 at the PCC campus. And there's 3 classes that you take,
Okay.
211, 212, and 214,
Okay.
carpentry.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining
Thank you.
us.
Thank you.
All right, that wraps up this week's Spotlight interview. All right, Club Interview. I'm Chris Johnson for IE News.
Thanks so much, Chris. The Carpentry Club sounds really interesting. Don't go anywhere, there is more IE News after this.
Welcome back. Now let's head into the studio where IE News reporter Kana Kashiwadani will give us some insight on the film Paranormal Activity 3.
Welcome to this week's edition of At the Movies. Recently, I went to go see the third installment of the film series that has frightened millions over the past few years. I am of course talking about the extremely popular movie Paranormal Activity 3. The movie is yet another prequel following in the footsteps of the first 2 installments. The film takes place in 1988 and revolves around our 2 favorite sisters, Katie and Christy, and their first encounters with the other side. Throughout the first 2 films, there was constant reference to an event happened in the sisters' childhood. However, no details were ever given. This allowed directors Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman to have complete creative freedom over the plot of the film. With a brand new cast of people and a few witty and hilarious minor characters, the film is quite entertaining and oftentimes comedic. But don't let your guard down. The movie has plenty of horrific scares. The genius part of the film is that it really taps into the human psyche, tingling the spine and creating an intense fear of those things that go bump in the night. I have to say, however, that I wasn't fully impressed. The movie was, to say the least, predictable and the film's gags were oftentimes obvious. Though I was still very scared, I wasn't nearly as scared as I was while watching the first 2 films. So for those who love this movie series, this film is either hit or miss. You may love Paranormal 3 or you may not. So because it was so predictable and not as scary as it could have been, I give this film 2 out of 4 stars. For IE News, I'm Kana Kashiwadani at the movies.
Thanks, Kana. That sounds really scary. Our very own reporter, D'Anthony Phillips, is in the studio where he will give us a lowdown on a new album in this week's Music Corner.
Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of the Music Corner. Today, we're going to take a look at the Blacklist album from Technique and Els. This is the first collaboration between the 2 as artists and producers. And let me just say, it's been a while since I enjoyed an album all the way through on the first listen. This album is packed with great verbal usage, old school breaks, soulful hooks, and live instrumentation. Technique, formerly of the world-famous LBC crew from right here in Long Beach, has developed a fiercely polished delivery of flows, while Els, formerly of Glory for the People, provides an indescribable element that I've never heard before. This album has a 90s sound to it, but with a current 2011 flavor. This record definitely had me not only completely in awe, which made it hard for me to pick one favorite, but since we gotta pick one, I'm gonna go with Firestarter, which features Els and Pac 10. And I'm also going with It'll Be Alright, featuring Glasses Malone, What up, G Malone? But you can't go wrong with any of these tracks or a collection of music, which also features badass of the LBC crew, Bo Rock, Mark Spitz, Solo, and last but not least, the lovely Mona Lisa. All in all, I give this album 4 out of 5 afros. This has been your latest edition of Music Corner for IE News. I'm DeAnthony Phillips.
Thanks so much, DeAnthony. Definitely have to check that out. Don't go anywhere. We have more IE News right after the break.
Welcome back. The internet is full of wild and crazy videos, most of which can be found on YouTube. IE News reporter Oscar Alfonso has his top 3 favorite YouTube videos of the week. Let's check them out.
Hey everyone, it's now time for the top 3 YouTube videos. Our first video is called Cameraman Fitness Ball Fail from my username Funny Local News. And this is one of the greatest bloopers I have ever seen. The video is of an elderly cameraman who attempts to demonstrate proper use of a workout ball and ends up flat on his back. It's quite a laugh ride and has racked up over 3,900,000 hits in just 1 week.
Up and back down, and make sure that you keep your butt up.
Keep it up.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go. A little bit higher. It's good.
And together, and then back down. So you want to do 1 set of 12.
Keep going.
And carefully roll up when you're done with your hundreds.
He's stuck.
Wow, that's great form. All right, roll back up.
Well, that just happened.
I didn't mean to do that.
The next video is called Surfer Almost Swallowed by a Whale. In the short video, a young woman floating on a surfboard near Santa Cruz almost ended up on the lunch menu for a humpback whale who leapt out of the water near the unsuspecting surfer. This video has got just over 5 million hits in just 2 weeks.
Never paddled out this far before. Oh yeah.
Our last video is from about 8 months ago, but has racked up over 11 million views in that time. The video from username Adan is obviously staged, but will give you some good laughs as you see a man about to hit his girlfriend when none other than the amazing Spider-Man comes to the rescue. The web slinger then makes his getaway in a black Honda Civic.
What the hell?
What the hell is this? Spider-Man? What?
Those are your top 3 YouTube videos of the week. Until next time, I am Oscar Alfonso for IE News.
Thanks, Oscar. Let's go to Jessica Lopez for this week's weather.
As you know, we've been having wet weather throughout the week. Let's take a look at our national forecast. Here on the East Coast, we've been having snow and rain throughout the eastern seaboard, causing possible flash flood warnings throughout the south. Now, as we head back to the Midwest, we'll be experiencing chances of severe thunderstorms as well, which may project even further as we head back to the Northwest, causing more chances of rain back home at Southern California. Now, let's go ahead and look closer to home. Malibu will be at highs of 60, Santa Monica 61, Los Angeles will reach highs of 62, Anaheim will be at highs of 65. As we get back home to Long Beach, we'll reach highs of 63. Now let's go ahead and look at our 5-day forecast. Thursday will be partly cloudy with highs of 70. Friday will be mostly cloudy with highs of 67, lows of 49. As we head throughout the weekend, we'll reach more showers with highs of 62, lows of 47. Sunday will be partly cloudy with highs of 65, lows of 49. And as we get back on Monday, we'll be partly cloudy as well with highs of 67 and lows of 48. That's it for our 5-day forecast. I'm Jessica Lopez.
Thanks, Jessica. IU News reporter Colin Schultz had a chance to sit down with the Associate Vice President of the Pacific Coast Campus. Let's take a look.
Hello and welcome to this week's feature interview. I'm here with Dr. Breland. He is the Vice President of the Pacific Coast Campus. Dr. Breland, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Well, Dr. Breland, it's great to have you. As the President of the Pacific Coast Campus, exactly what does your job entail?
Okay. Well, my official title is the Associate Vice President of Pacific Coast Campus. In that role, I serve as the lead administrator for the campus or for the site. Really my day-to-day entails a number or a variety of different activities. My primary responsibility is to make sure that the instructional programs, the student service programs, and some of the construction projects, as well as the connections with the community, are integrated. And to make sure that the students at the Pacific Coast campus are reaching their educational objective, whether it be to transfer, get an AA or AS degree, or to enter the job market with a career technical education certificate. But I enjoy the job. It's been a tremendous experience for me at this point in my career. Long Beach City College is a great place to work. Long Beach as a city offers a wealth of opportunities to its residents and anybody who chooses to get an education at Long Beach City College.
And what do you think the students gain from the work that you do?
Well, let's see. I try to stay in touch with the students as much as I can. Of course, a lot of my day-to-day entails meetings that don't involve students, and sometimes they do. So I serve as a club advisor whenever I can. But I would say the immediate impact of what students feel in regard to or in connection to my job is that I have an opportunity to make sure that things are actually meeting their needs. So I'll get reports from students that, maybe the lines are long, or something has happened with their registration, or something with the enrollment process, and then I get a chance to go in and try to see what we may be doing that may be impeding that particular student's process that we can apply to the overall student body to make sure that things run a bit more smoothly. So I would say direct student impact may not be seen immediately by each person, but over time and sort of behind the scenes, a lot of behind the scenes work to keep the processes up and functioning is how I would describe what I do in relation to students.
Okay. And Dr. Breland, why do you feel that it's important for students to become involved with things like ASB and clubs and so forth?
Okay. Well, one, I think it's important for students to stay in touch with out-of-classroom learning opportunities. So to get a chance to be a part of ASB or Cultural Affairs or our Senate or any particular club really means it's about learning leadership, being a part of a team, having a project, seeing it through to fruition, those types of learning experiences that you wouldn't always get in a classroom. And our society now is more and more global. So in order for a student to really be successful, they need to maximize their learning opportunities across the board. Being involved in clubs and organizations has also been tied into higher rates of student success. I mean, they've done research on it and showed that students who are more likely to be involved are likely to be retained, likely to persist, and reach their educational objective by staying involved. So clubs and organizations have been a rich part of Long Beach City College's history. There are over 60 clubs and organizations here at Long Beach City College, and that's amongst the highest in the nation. I don't know if they are the highest, but I know for a community college of this size, they rival any four-year institution regarding those learning opportunities for students outside of the classroom. So we're proud of that, and I think it's a very important part of a student experience.
That's pretty outstanding. Now, as a student, I have to ask this question. Regarding the budget cuts at both PCC and at LAC, have you gotten any feedback from students on that? And also, how do you go about deciding which programs get cut?
Okay, well, I'll say two very big questions. Have we gotten any feedback? Absolutely. Students are vocal. They let you know when things that have happened or decisions have been made that hurt them or impact their educational goal or the ability for them to reach their educational goal as far as the budget goes. And it's been a tough situation on everybody. And I also would speak on behalf of faculty, staff, and administrators. It's a tough situation for all of us here in the state to be dealing with the budget crisis. Now, with that said, it's a situation where we always want to be sensitive to making sure that students have the opportunity to reach their educational goals and objectives, whether it be get an AA or AS degree, whether it be that they transfer, or whether it be that they're here for career technical education and training, get out and get a job. One of the things that's going to increase our economy moving forward, which again will bring money back to the state, and hence we'll have more money to offer programs. The second question you asked is, how do we decide? I would say it's a shared process of decision making regarding what programs and services we offer that support the goal of transfer, AA and AS degree, and career technical education for a student. Now, there's a lot of disagreement on, one thing being more important than another, but we have to put all the chips on the table and make a decision about what direction to go that will minimize the impact to as little group of students, or the least amount of impact to students as possible. And that's our goal, is to make sure that we keep everything student-centered and focused. And that has meant that, staff, faculty, administrators have taken cuts as well to the size of the staff. That's caused some frustration because we haven't been able to offer a lot of the services that we were able to offer just last year. So it's been a pretty stressful situation on a lot of folks. We try to keep as much of it as possible out of the student experience, so students enroll here, they move forward, they reach their goal without knowing as much is happening. But we've gotten through some pretty tough times, and we don't know. There's a period of uncertainty about what's going to happen next year as well, including increased fees potentially.
All right. Well, now, do you have any advice for students who are looking to transfer or who are just starting out in their college careers?
Well, one thing I'd say, the number one focus for anybody who's looking to transfer is to get the right information about transferring. See a counselor, go to the transfer center, make sure you get an education plan, follow the plan, make sure that you are doing all that you can as a new student to be successful in the classes that you take, taking advantage of the Student Success Center, tutoring, anything that you need to do. If you are a student who's enrolled or could possibly use the services of Disabled Student Services Support Program, make sure that you get connected with those types of resources as soon as you can to really encourage and promote your own success. And to stay around people who are successful in doing the things that you want to do to keep on track with studying. But first and foremost, connect with a counselor. Get the right information, read about it. If you know you want to go to the CSU or the UC system, know what the requirements are and start to follow that path in order to put yourself in a position to reach your educational goal.
Okay. And in closing, Dr. Breland, is there anything you want to plug? Are there any events coming up on the PCC campus that you'd like students to know about?
Wow, well, we're well through the semester. I'm proud of the level of activity that we've had at the Pacific Coast campus over the last year. A number of involvement opportunities have presented themselves to students. At this point in the semester, though, we're trying to wind down and get people focused on finals and getting through the end of the semester. The one event we do have coming up is World AIDS Day. I believe it's on November the 29th at the Pacific Coast campus. Where people can come and get information about testing, learn how to keep yourself safe, and really an opportunity for folks to come out and become more educated about what's happening. World AIDS Day is a national event that we have here as well as globally, but we focus it specifically at the PCC campus, and we'll be doing that on November 29th.
Okay. Well, thank you once again for joining me, Dr. Breland. For IE News, this is Colin Schultz.
Thanks, Colin. That was extremely informative. It's nice to hear from a staff member that seems to truly care about the well-being of the students here at Long Beach City College.
We hope that you've enjoyed this week's edition of IE News. There are plenty of opportunities here at Long Beach City College. The Radio and Television Department invites you to join our team.
If you are interested in becoming a member of our news team to produce great television, please call 562-938-4892.
Well, that about wraps up this week's show. Join us next time for our last show of the season. Thanks for watching.